heart of Red Oak, one woman has transformed her garage into the headquarters of a growing business, bringing beauty, style, and efficiency to her customers, one product at a time. Welcome to Red Oak, Texas, a growing community right outside of Dallas, where big dreams and entrepreneur spirit comes to life in small town places.
Hi, I'm Kia-Shun Volz, founder and CEO of Shampoo Time, and inventor of the shampoo mat and the bead box. So at Shampoo Time, we are elevating wash days. We have our shampoo mat that turns any sink into a comfortable shampoo bowl. Simply attach a smart device to our entertainment bar and wash your child's hair in peace. And then we have the bead box, which reduces the time that it takes to add beads to any hairstyle. Simply insert the bead threader and pull it out fully loaded with beads. My daughter Carter inspired me to start my business. She was born with a head full of hair, and so wash days were always long. So I got to thinking, what can I create to help with wash days? So I'm a single mom. I have two daughters, Carter, who's 7, and Kyrie, who's 2, going on 38. And things that I like to do, I like to work out. I get up early in the morning before the kids wake up to work out, and that's my me time. I like to travel. So my daughter and I, my oldest daughter, we've been to Dubai, Turks and Caicos, Costa Rica. She has a lot of stamps on her passport, which I didn't get until I turned 18. But now it's time to start traveling with the little one, so Carter's ready to pick the first destination. I am a crafty person. I like to create things. I made this shirt last night, and so my friends always call me when they have an idea for parties or projects that they have to do with their kids. So up until 3 months ago, I was working a full-time job in corporate. I've worked for the top defense and aerospace companies in the US. And 3 months ago, I decided to make the leap and jump from corporate to a full-time entrepreneur. The most memorable experience for me is when I got that first review. And the lady was basically pouring her heart out, like, thank you so much for changing our lives. I thought that me and my son would have to have these horrible wash days because he's autistic. So wash days for her meant kicking and screaming, and he didn't want her to touch his hair, and so she thought that that was going to be her reality for years to come. And so after purchasing the shampoo mat, she was just so grateful, and that I still to this day get reviews like that, and it still feels like the first one. So every review really means a lot to me because Shampoo Time was built from the heart. And then also just seeing my kids work with me. Like sometimes they help me pack boxes, and I try to make sure that they get to see pictures and videos that other people post, and like, hey, like, this is what your mom is doing, like, this is what we're doing, this is our legacy, this is what we're building. And I always try to make it we, because it's theirs. I'm not even really doing it for me. It's all about them and their future and building generational wealth. Some of the best lessons that I've learned is you're not going to quit your 9 to 5 to lay on the couch, okay? You're going to quit your 9 to 5 to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, especially in the beginning. It's nonstop. Like, you have so much that you have to do to accomplish to get to where you're going. So it is not all peaches and cream, rainbows and sunshine. And then also, a lesson that I've learned this year, which was a hard lesson to learn, is to know my financials. So I hired a CPA in the beginning. I trust him with all my numbers, but I missed out on an opportunity because I did not know my numbers like I should have. So, but that's okay. It's a lesson that I learned. It was a painful one, but now I know moving forward to know my numbers, and that's something that I've been digging into every day.
Today we're here with Kia-Shun Volz. She is the owner of Shampoo Time. She runs her e-commerce business right outside of her garage in her house. She has an amazing social media following, but needs some help in some marketing. So I invited top business advisor, my friend Cynthia Nevels, to come and check it out and see where she can help. Hey, Cynthia!
Hi, Veronica!
So good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
So what do you think?
So I've taken a look at Kia-Shun's numbers, I've looked at her digital presence, and I've evaluated her operation. I can't wait to go in and see what I can do.
Well, let's go check it out.
All right, let's go. So I finally have made it to Shampoo Time.
Yes, welcome.
This is exciting to be here with you, Kia-Shun.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. You've built a magnificent brand and innovative company, all from your mind. You actually designed and created this patented product yourself.
Yes, two now. Yes,
Two products. This is amazing. How do you feel about where you are today in your business?
So, where I am today is way further than where I came from, right? But I feel like it's so much further than where I need to be. I, like you said, I have built this amazing brand. I took $200 and I made the first shampoo mat.
Wow.
And from there, it's almost been 5 years, but over 1.6 million in sales, right? And I'm doing it by myself, which I want to stop doing it by myself, but I'm doing it by myself as a single mom. I was working a full-time job up until 3 months ago, and I finally let that go. And then the doors have just been opening nonstop. So it's been a blessing.
This is magnificent. $200, you said.
$200.
$200. That is magnificent. What made you come up with this idea?
Yeah, so my daughter, Carter, has this head full of hair. From the time she was born. Like, people would think I had a wig on her head. And I'm like, no, she's 2. Why would she be walking around with a wig? But she had so much hair, and I had to figure out a way to make wash days easier. So for us, it wasn't about her like kicking and screaming, because she never did that. But it would literally take me 2-3 hours to get through washing, detangling, styling. And she's 2. You know, 2-year-olds not sitting still. That long. They got 10 minutes max, you know, and then they're like, let me go. So it's like, how can I make this easier? Not just for her, but for me, you know? And so I actually sat on this idea for 2 years. Yeah, so when she was a baby, like I said, she had a head full of hair. And I was like, okay, I really don't like washing her hair in the bathtub because, again, I'm leaning over the bathtub.
Yeah.
My knees are hurting.
Yeah.
Back's hurting.
Yeah.
The water's dirty.
Yeah.
It's getting cold, you
Yeah.
know. And so I was like, how, you know, I need something better than this. But I never acted on it. And so I'll never forget the day, January 15th, 2020. I was sitting at my job and I was just like, I gotta find something different. And so that rest of the week, I couldn't think about anything but what this would be, right? God was like, no, I've given you this years ago. It's time to finally do something about it.
Do something about it.
But I didn't know how. Like, what does it look like? How do I start? You know, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm not a product developer. What do I do? You know? And so A couple days went by. I went to my daughter's gymnastics class, and I saw her flipping on the mats, and she was so carefree. She was just like, she didn't care. She was like, I hurt myself, I get back up, and it's whatever. And I was like, I need something like that, but just for the kitchen counter. And so I went home that night. I got on Google and just started researching, like, what are gymnastics mats made out of? Or, who makes them? And I couldn't really find out who made them, but when I saw all the material, I was like, I could just order this. Let me just go order this and, make it myself. And so from there, like I said, I ordered some materials. I went to Joann's and spent about $100 just on different things, zipper and stuff. And I went home and I made the first shampoo mat. And it was ugly. It was so ugly. It was the ugliest thing. But the vision was there, right? And I was like, okay, I got something.
You got something.
And so I laid my daughter on it. But she wanted to hold the phone. Okay. And so I was like, now how do I mount this phone up here? Yeah. Because she doesn't, she's like, I need to look at this phone while she was comfortable. But now we're fighting over turn your head this way, turn your head that way. And so I was like, how can I mount this phone? Yeah. So I went to Home Depot. Wow. Just walking down the aisles, like, what can I use to build a stand to hold this phone? And so I asked the guy, and he was like, oh, you can get some of this PEX pipe or whatever. And I went home and made it, and boom, and it was there. And there it was. And so from there, I posted it on Instagram, and it went viral. Like, millions of views, thousands of people saying, like, where can I get one of these? Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I made one for me. I guess I can make one for you too. Yeah. And so then my aunt, she was like, okay, you got to take that down. And I was like, why? She was like, you need a patent because somebody is going to steal your idea. And so I'm so thankful that she knew that and told me that, because within 6 months, somebody had copied the product. Oh, my. And they filed a patent for it. Oh, my. So had I not had her tell me that and me listen, right, it wouldn't have been my product. Somebody else would have owned the shampoo mat. Yeah.
That is a fantastic story. Number one, to pay attention to your thoughts. Number two, to not be afraid to try. Yeah. And use what you have. And so with that, you had garnered all of this attention, and now we're here where marketing still remains an issue for Shampoo Time. Yes. You have followers, you have folks who are purchasing, obviously, with lifetime amount of revenue that is significant, but there's still this missing gap in the business. Talk to me about what are the challenges that you're facing in the business?
Yeah, so for me, like I said, I'm a one-woman show. So the challenge is trying to do everything. And I just can't do everything by myself. And so I've tried to, find somebody to do this, do that. But they don't do it the way I want them to do it. And so I'm struggling with the, okay, do I just let it be done like that? Or do I step in and do this part? And so we're talking about marketing. For me, I like videos to look a certain way. And so trying to have somebody come in and do the videos, and then I have to go back and redo them the way that I like it. It's like, do I just settle for what they put together because I don't have the time? Or should I be doing that part of the marketing, And then when it comes to marketing, because Shampoo Time has had so much success, with celebrities posting, Serena Williams, Candy Burris, like all of these celebrities naturally, organically posting about Shampoo Time, I haven't had to do anything. But I know in order to get the business to the next level, marketing is key. Yes. Right? And so the challenge is, what should that look like? What types of posts should I be making? Should I do it? Should I find somebody to do it? how many times a week should I be posting? Should I be putting money behind ads? You know, so you don't know what you don't know. And so you're the marketing guru. So I'm here to get some knowledge, to get some help.
So we took a look at your branding. We took a look at your presence in the digital space. We took a look at how are you communicating your value points and your unique value proposition when it comes to the utility of the product, but also what it means to the user. And we noticed that they get it when they see it. But we also noticed that it isn't a product that someone wakes up in the morning and say, I need to go and get this at.
Exactly.
And so there's this challenge of conjuring up demand
Yes.
that is in existence, but it's not at the forethought of your primary customer.
Exactly.
And so that's what I feel that we want to touch on and really dive into in your business in order for you to reach more of your targeted segment that actually exists. Because when we evaluated your numbers, you haven't even touched the surface of the possibilities in the industry. And that's just with one primary product, let alone introducing new supplementary products or parallel products to the same audience.
Right.
Means that your trajectory is just at the beginning stages right now, which is fairly exciting.
It is.
Very
it is.
exciting.
But how do I get there? I tell you, when I just, in everyday life, going to the store, going to my daughter's school, I'm always like, you need a shampoo bag. You need a shampoo bag. Everybody needs a shampoo bag.
Yeah.
But how do I get them to get it? That's the challenge, right?
Right.
So you're right. I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of the possibilities of Shampoo Time being this $1 billion brand that I know it can be.
Absolutely. There's something called the Superwoman Syndrome.
Okay.
And I want to touch on what you mentioned of how you've built this business to this point by yourself.
Yes.
And Superwoman Syndrome is where we feel that we're the only one that can run everything. And there's this marriage or attachment to, it's my idea, it's my product, it's my business, I'm the only one who knows, I'm the only one who cares, I have to touch everything. And I have to say that there's research that shows that more African American women entrepreneurs have that mindset of it has to be me.
Okay.
But what happens is it gets in the way of your ability to actually grow because you're limited in one.
Right.
And if you don't develop a strategy for how you build capacity so that you are able to achieve and accomplish the goals, the objectives of the business without it just being you, you'll be stagnant.
Right.
And that's what you want to avoid. And so let's talk about that mind shift. Are you comfortable with giving up the Superwoman mindset?
Oh, I think we have the Superwoman mindset because we have to do everything, right? Like day to day, me being a single mom to 2 kids, it's just me. Their dad's not here. Their dad lives in a different state. So I have to do everything. When it comes to the business, nobody knows it like I do. I have to do everything. I want it this, certain way. But to your point, I'm only here because it's just me. And I can be here if I get a team in place. And so that's what I really want to work on for the next year and taking Shampoo Time to the next level is hiring a team. So I'm ready. I'm tired of doing it. I can't do it by myself anymore. I'm ready. It just has to be the right fit. Right?
Yes.
So somebody who understands the vision of what I want Shampoo Time to be. Because it started with the shampoo mat, right? This is more about changing traumatic wash days into a fun bonding experience. Because as a little girl, I remember spending so much time with my mom doing my hair, right? And it wasn't unpleasant, but it wasn't also, the happiest time of the day. It's like, oh, I gotta get my hair done.
Yeah.
And so I want to change that in our culture, in our community, to be something that we look forward to. Like, this is a time where we get to connect and bond and just share happy memories as we get older. So that started with the shampoo mat. We have B-Box now. So everything that you use to wash and style your hair will be a Shampoo Time product. And so that's where I want the brand to be. And that's where I need a team to come in and help me.
Absolutely. I love the fact that you understand that the utility of the product is more than just the act of washing.
Right.
There's more to that time that you get to spend with your dad or with your mom or with your foster parent or adoptive parent.
Yeah.
There's more to it. And I think we've lost a little bit of that in our in the digital space,
Yes.
where we separate ourselves due to electronics. And this gives you an opportunity to reconnect with your child or whomever you're washing for.
Yeah.
I remember as a child not liking my experience of getting my hair done. I had a lot of hair, had a lot of thick hair.
Yeah.
And I remember my mom popping me with the comb.
Oh, yeah.
Because I would sit
go
still.
pop their head. Yeah. You gonna get that pop.
You're going to get that pop. I think that is like very common.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's across the board.
Across the
Everybody
board.
remembers the pop. And hold your head up
Yes.
or down.
I didn't like that. So this may create a very positive experience,
Yeah.
which it impacts for a long time.
Yeah.
And so as we talk about these areas in your business of things that you know have to be done, whether it's working on improving your marketing and your connection with your primary audience in a unique way that helps them to think of you, although they didn't wake up thinking about the product.
Right.
And ensuring that you build capacity. But building capacity depends on one thing,
Okay.
and that is leading from the top, not working at the bottom.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah?
I'm gonna put that on the shirt.
So that means that we have to have our processes, our systems, our financial data, our business intelligence to be able to utilize these resources to help us manage from the top so that we can give up the reins and trust that the work will be done
Right.
the way that we want it to be
The way
done.
that we want it to be done.
Only way that it can be is because we guide them and tell them, right?
Yeah.
So we've identified some areas that we feel that are necessary to help you achieve the goals that you have set, lofty goals that you have set for Shampoo Time.
Lofty.
Lofty
Yes.
goals, yes. How do you feel about working to achieve really, really large goals? Sometimes that can create fear in small business owners who've never been there before.
Yeah. So goals, right?
Yeah.
Goals are so important. I set goals in my personal life. I write them down. I put them on my mirror. I have not set any goals for Shampoo Time. And I'll tell you, it's because of the fear of not getting there. If I set the goal for me as a person, I have to achieve it or else I feel like a failure. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I haven't set any goals with Shampoo Time because whatever happens, that's a good thing, right? Because I didn't have any goals. I didn't have any goals to match
No
it up again, right?
expectations.
No expectations. But this following year, this is going to be my first time setting goals. And it's scary, right? Because I'm setting really lofty goals, as you put it. But this is where I am, and that, the goal is where I want to be. So it's time. It's time. I have to put away the self-doubt. It's so crazy to think about everything that I've done. I'm about to get emotional. Just to think about everything I've done. Being at my mom's house.
Yeah.
working all day, coming home, tending to my daughter, and then putting her to bed, and then working on this business.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
You know, and I've done all of this. So why am I afraid?
Right. Right. Fear is very real. Quite often with women-owned and minority-owned business owners who've never been here before, you never maybe had someone in your family who's done it before.
Right.
There's no roadmap. No one tells you what to do.
Exactly.
And when you become successful, a little bit more fear steps in that one, you may lose it.
That part.
Right.
That part. Like, it's like, hold on now. Let me not get too excited, because one day it wasn't here, the next day it was. It feels like that, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, the next day, could it go away?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and you want to hold on to it, but then you enter into this space of the unknown.
Yeah.
And you don't have answers. And then you start guessing.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that I talk about a lot with small business owners. There's a difference between hustling,
right,
to make the dollar,
right,
and managing an enterprise,
okay,
for growth.
All right. So right now I'm hustling.
Right now I'm hustling.
You're right. I'm hustling right now.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So we want to help you get out of hustle mode.
Okay.
And our partners have come together with us to offer a grant to help you pay for marketing efforts such as paying for ads and getting your campaign, a commercial of sorts, out there to reach your target audience.
You're lying.
I am not.
You're not lying?
I am not.
Okay.
Your hard work has paid off.
Okay.
And people see you.
Oh, gosh.
Which is so important.
Yeah.
For small businesses like yours who are working so hard,
yeah,
to build brands,
right,
to innovate and create. And you just need somebody to say, help me.
Yes, my fairy godmother.
Yeah.
My fairy godmother. You're my fairy godmother. Oh,
well, it is our honor to be able to support Shampoo Time in your business and help you achieve those lofty goals that you have set for yourself.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I am too. I'm excited for you and your future.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Hey, Cynthia, so how'd it go?
Hi, Veronica. We had a really great conversation. We were able to tap into her challenges with marketing, her operational challenges, and getting her some help in order to support her growth. And I'm super excited about the investment that we're going to be able to make through our partnerships in order to see whether or not we can get her to her goals.
I love it. Way to go.
Thank you.
Okay, listen up, mamas. I want to tell y'all how I beaded my daughter's hair in less than 10 minutes. That's right, all of these beads in less than 10 minutes. And the magic is called the Bead Box. It's by Shampoo Time. And with the Bead Box, I can keep these colorful beads organized and ready, cutting down on the time it takes for me to add them to the threader. Just insert the threader and pull it out, fully loaded with beads. No more dropping beads all over the floor or finding them in my dishwasher, because the Bead Box is the storage solution you never knew you needed. So if you're getting your little one's hair ready for next week adventures, Shampoo Time is there with you every step of the way, because your time is precious and so is their hair.
On the next Payoff.